Dear children, I welcome you all to today's English class. How are you all? Are you all fine? I hope so. Before we start our class, let me remind you of one thing. Do you know what it is? Yes, we are going through a crucial pandemic situation. So, you have to take care of yourself and be safe. Today, we are going to start the second part of the lesson which you studied in the previous class. Can anyone tell me where we stopped in the previous class? And what was the lesson you studied in the previous class? Yes, you remember it. Very good. The name of the lesson is The Snake and the Mirror, written by Vaikom Muhammad Bashir, the Sultan of Bepur. Yes. And the first part of the lesson is completed. So, we are moving on to the second part of the lesson. And before we start, let us revisit the previous class. Here is the recap for you.
The Snake and the Mirror by Vaikom Muhammad Bashir. It is the story of a doctor who has just started his medical practice. He earns a meager income and lives in a small rented room which is an outhouse with a tiled roof. The beam on which the gable is supported is full of rats which keep moving in and out of the room. The room has no electricity supply. One summer night, the doctor takes his dinner at a restaurant and returns home. As the doctor opens the door of his room, he hears a noise from above. But he does not react because he is used to such noises. He lights the kerosene lamp, takes off his coat, shirt and vest, and opens the windows. He takes out a medical book from the table drawer to read. He keeps it on the table on which a lamp, a large mirror, and a small comb are placed. He opens the book and sits down. As he is sitting in a chair in front of the mirror, he looks at his image. He thinks that, as he is not married and is a doctor too, he should look handsome to get a better match for himself. He decides to shave daily, grow a thin mustache, and keep an attractive smile on his face. Gradually, his thoughts shift from self-admiration to planning for his marriage. He thinks that he would marry a rich doctor having a good practice. He would choose a fat lady as his wife so that she would not be able to run fast and catch him in case she chases him for doing some mistakes. He's so engrossed in daydreaming that he does not pay attention to the sudden silence. The rats have stopped scampering and there is a sound of something falling behind him. It happens so instantly that he does not get any time to react. By the time he turns around to see, a snake has wriggled over the back of the chair and lands on his shoulders. It coils around his left arm so firmly that his arm starts aching. It is a dangerous cobra with its hood spreading out, hardly 3 inches from his face.
Yes, you watched the video. What is the situation of the homeopathic doctor now? Yes, he is terrified. Why he is terrified? Because a deadly poisonous snake is on his left arm. And he is sitting just like a stone image in flesh. Yes. Now, let us see what happens to the homeopath or the homeopathic doctor next. But wait, what about the assignment given to you in the previous class? Have you completed it? Okay, very good children. Here is the assignment by one of my students.
Just like any bachelor, I am also tempted to look into a mirror when it is near. Whoa, I am very handsome. I must put up a smiling face and I must make my presence felt everywhere. I must comb my hair frequently with style and look more handsome. After all, I am a doctor and a bachelor. I should shave daily and grow a thin mustache to look more handsome. Okay, this smile is pleasing. I will always keep this attractive smile on my face. How long will I continue as a bachelor? I should marry soon. A lady doctor who is rich and plenty of medical practice. I want my wife to be a fat lady for a valid reason. If she comes after me to catch me if I make some mistakes, she should not be able to come after me and catch me. Oh, great.
Yes. Now, let us see what happens to the homeopath or the homeopathic doctor next. Here is the text for you. I didn't jump. I didn't tremble. I didn't cry out. There was no time to do any such a thing. The snake slithered along my shoulder and coiled around my left arm above the elbow. The hood was spread out and its head was hardly 3 or 4 inches from my face. It would not be correct to say merely that I sat there holding my breath. I was turned to stone, but my mind was very active. The door opened into darkness. The room was filled with darkness. In the light of the lamp, I sat there like a stone image in the flesh. I felt then a great presence of the Creator of this universe. God was there. Suppose I said something and He did not like it? I tried in my imagination to write in bright letters outside my little heart the words, "A God." There was some pain in my left arm. It was as if a thick leaden rod, no, a rod made of molten fire, was slowly but powerfully crushing my arm. The arm was beginning to be drained of all strength. What could I do? At my slightest movement, the snake would strike me. Death lurked 4 inches away. Suppose it struck, what was the medicine I had to take? There were no medicines in the room. I was but a poor, foolish, and stupid doctor. I forgot my danger and smiled feebly at myself. What have you understood from the reading? Why did the doctor sit still? Yes, if he moved, the snake would bite him. He did not jump. He did not tremble. He did not even cry. Why? Because he was terribly frightened and there was no time to do any such a thing. So, dear students, see the situation of the doctor now. The snake slowly slithered along his shoulder and coiled itself around his left arm and landed on his shoulder. See, the snake is 3 or 4 inches away from his face. He was not dare enough to look at the snake. Why? Yes, if he turned, the snake would bite him. So he was terribly frightened. So what did the doctor do? He sat like a stone image in flesh. It would not be correct to say merely that he sat there holding his breath, but he sat there just like a stone image. But his mind was active. Though he sat still just like a stone image, he was thinking of something. His mind was very active. The door opened into darkness. The room was filled with darkness. And in the darkness, he sat just like a stone image. What would he do? He did not have any idea. The doctor felt the presence of God. He felt the creator of this universe. He believed in God. And you see, he is in a helpless situation now. And in the light of the darkness, with the light of the image, he wrote the name of God in his heart. He was completely terrified and he was in a difficult situation. There was no one to help him. And he called out the name of God. God, help me. I am helpless. He felt the presence of God. And you know, if he moved, the snake would bite him. The snake is 3 or 4 inches from his face. And he sat still. The homeo doctor felt some pain in his left arm. Why did he feel some pain in his left arm? Yes, the snake is still on his left arm. The snake is crushing his hand. So he felt some pain. And the crushing of the snake has been compared to 2 things. And what are they? Yes, the first thing is a road made of lead, a leaden road. And the second one is a molten fire, a road made of molten fire. So these are the 2 things. And you know what lead is? Lead is a metal. And here a thick lead is used. And molten fire. What is molten fire? Molten fire is the eruption of volcano. So these are the 2 things that the writer compares with the crushing of the snake. Now, the doctor sat still. His power is draining away from him. He feels tired. He doesn't know what to do. So he sat still like a stone image in flesh. At his slightest movement, the snake would strike him. Suppose if the snake struck, what medicine would he take? There were no medicines in his room. Death lurked 3 inches away. So he sat still, just like a stone image. He was not sure what he would do. He was thinking of himself, a poor, foolish, and stupid doctor. And now the doctor feels himself a foolish, stupid doctor. And do you remember what he said in the beginning, the previous class? Yes, he was an admirer of beauty. He admired his own beauty and he took some earth-shaking decisions. He would shave daily. And put up a smiling face. After all, he is a bachelor and a doctor. Now see, the doctor tells he is a poor, stupid and foolish doctor. So these are the thoughts came to his mind. He sat still just like a stone image. Yes, students, let us revisit today's class.
A snake has wriggled over the back of the chair and lands on his shoulders. It coils around his left arm so firmly that his arm starts aching. It is a dangerous cobra with its hood spreading out, hardly 3 inches from his face. He sits there like a stone statue, afraid to move, lest the snake may bite him. He thinks of various medicines he has to take in case the snake bites him. In this moment of fear of death, he realizes that God has punished him for being too proud and arrogant.
Yes, students, it is time for you to read the text silently. Remember, when you read, you should have a pencil with you and underline the difficult words that you come across. Yes, students, perhaps these are the words you must have come across. Now let us discuss the textual question answers. Question number 9. How did the doctor react when the snake landed on him? The answer is, he did not jump, did not tremble, and did not even cry. He sat on the chair like a stone image. Question number 10. Why did the doctor sit on the chair like a stone image in the flesh? The answer is, he sat still because if he moved, the snake would bite him. Question number 11. In the story, the snake is compared to 3 objects. What are they? Answer is, the snake is compared to A leaden rod, and B, a rod made of molten fire, and C. A rubber tube. Question number 12. Why did he feel that he was a stupid doctor? The answer is, he felt so because there was no medicine in his room. Dear students, with this, let us wind up today's class. And don't forget to write the question answers and send them to your teacher. Stay home and stay safe. Till we meet next time. Bye-bye.